Hi everybody, Raging back with another Mechabellum video. In today's video, we're going to be looking at two games where I play against opponents going Assmen. I just want to analyze whether or not we think that tech is good or not. So the first game here is against Cast, and Cast is a streamer and a high MMR player. He ranges between 2000 and 2200 MMR. Fluctuates a lot because he experiments. He's a very versatile player. And I'm pretty close to his MMR in this game. He was like 2,000. And I could tell that this game for him was very experimental. And the point of this video more is analyzing the Assmen. So, starting out, I am a Farseer specialist with Tarantulas and Fangs. And Cast is going Marksman specialist with Tarantulas and Marksman. He has opted to grab a third Tarantula, and he is playing on the line here in the center, and that's his entire deployment. Being against Cast, who I think is an objectively better player than me, I'm going to be deciding a little bit longer what to do here. Deciding whether or not I want to go ASIM with my Tarantulas, or maybe a more central approach. And also deciding what I want to unlock here. Do I want to also get some Marksmen, or maybe just some Crawlers? It looks like I am going more of a central approach here, not fully on the line, a little bit back to pull his units towards me in case he's ASIM. The central position is pretty good. You don't have to worry about your tower going down or anything. And I grab a couple more Crawlers, or just a couple packs of Crawlers, and I place them a couple squares back from the Tarantula. So let's see how this first round goes here. We are shooting his Tarantula on the right. Our Crawlers are going to get in there and mulch that guy, though. We are losing the Tarantula on the left pretty quickly. But we do have these Crawlers alive, and they should be able to take the tower, and that should be the round for us. Looks like we will lose this Tarantula, but we have too many Crawlers alive. So that's round one. Now, seeing his Marksman so close up here on the line, that's a little bit of a bug. He took the Rhino card. Seeing that he has these Marksmen up here close on the line, and he gets the free level 3, yeah, I kind of fully expect the Assault Mode Marksman is coming, just because of how close up all this is. And so I'm going to just decide what I want to run here. Rhino, it doesn't do so hot into Assault Mode Marksman since I am expecting it. So these two cards stick out to me a little bit because Phantom Ray also, I'm not really sure if that's worth taking into Marksman. So it's either Scorpions or Steel Balls for me. And I kind of expected him to take Steel Balls because it's pretty good into Tarantula. And so in the chance that he does take Steel Balls, he did just go with the Rhino, but Scorpion is pretty good against both of these guys, so I do go Scorpion. So Cast here on this turn has gone Assault Mode Marksman. He's grabbed an extra Marksman here on the left, and he has put some Fangs in front on the right side here. I did take the Scorpion. I leveled the Tarantula. I have 200 left to spend, and since I am already ahead in chaff, I decided to just pick up a couple more packs of Crawlers just to maintain that chaff lead. That's the idea there. Now I have lots of chaff. Just a few units. Let's see how well round 2 goes here. Scorpion is already on that Tarantula, which is great. Now we can take him out. It also pops a Marksman along with him, with the splash. We take out the Rhino. Scorpion is kind of taking out everything. And this Tarantula is also doing pretty well as well. Actually takes out a Marksman there. And he's tanky enough to buy time for the Scorpion to kill the rest of the dudes. And also the Scorpion here has leveled. And it looks like we should take the round off of the Scorpion. So we take round 2. When you take Assault Mode Marksman, it's such a heavy tempo play because of the extra HP that they get that you really want to be winning that round. So this puts Cast in sort of a difficult spot. He goes with the intensive training. He can level some Marksman, or maybe he can match my levels on the Tarantulas. The two that stick out to me here is the Electromag Impact and the Shield Airdrop. The Electromag to shut down the Assault Mode Marksman, and the Shield Airdrop maybe to just sort of buy time, just more tankiness in general for the Marksman to get stuck shooting, while my Scorpions and Tarantulas take out the rest of it. So it's going to be one of these two. Cast goes with 3 packs of Fangs. Finally decided to chaff up here on the line. I think they're a little too far forward. I'm not sure if vertical Fangs would be a little better, just because of how fast the Tarantulas are able to take out the Fangs. And again, I think this is a very experimental round for him. We're more analyzing the effectiveness of these marksmen in this game. And so far, as I sort of said before, the Assault Mode Marksman is just a little lackluster. Whenever I face it, it feels too easy to counter. Like, I get my free Farseer on this turn. I just decide to go Electromag. And I do take the Shield Airdrop. Like, it's 100, and it does shut down some of these marksmen, so might as well do that. I also decide to level the Scorpion, take 2 more packs of Crawlers, continue that lead in Chaff. So the Scorpion still doing pretty well. It's going to kill the Rhino, and then it should be able to one-shot this Marksman now. Now the Farseer's taking out the Marksman. Since it has the Electromag, it can just make him little baby men. And we're still taking these rounds. Scorpion is rock solid there. Also hits level 3. Some pretty good options here. The advanced missile device is okay, but the laser sight and the deployment module really look much better. So it's going to be one of these two for me. Cass takes the laser sight. And I have a substantial lead in Chaff here. He needs some better Chaff clear, in my opinion. The Assault Mode Marksman, yeah, they have like the AoE, but they really don't attack very fast. 3.1 seconds on the attack. So the Crawlers kind of surround them, and then the Marksmen have to spin around and try and finish them off. And while that's happening, my Scorpion seems to just sort of be one-shotting everything. And now that it's level 3, it truly is one-shotting everything. Cass takes range on the Marksman, wants them to stay behind the Tarantulas. He also takes armor-piercing bullets on Tarantulas, so he wants to be able to take out my Tarantulas a little sooner and hopefully get on the Scorpion and maybe take that guy out. I go with the deployment module. I move the Scorpion over here to the left. It was over here. Now it's over here. Traveling level 3 Scorpion is pretty scary. I sort of do a logical play here. I decide to just take high explosive ammo so I can clear the front line of Fangs a little sooner. Grab a couple more Tarantulas. Why not grab another Crawler while I'm at it? Continue the lead in Chaff that I have. Sort of just put it over here on the left. So now the Tarantula should be able to mulch the front. And then the Crawlers will pretty much kind of get on everything here, right? Scorpion is still the leading marksman, and our Chaff is running a train through here. So I'm just playing a very solid game, just trying to react to what's directly in front of me as best I can. And again, these marksmen, I feel like they're good in certain situations, but not this one. So when I feel like the Assault Mode Marksman is best to take, maybe is during that opener where you have Marksmen and Mustangs, where it's not very tanky, so at least you can sort of make up for the tankiness with the Assault Mode Marksman. I also like Assault Mode Marksman on defense. If you have somebody who is going heavy against your flanks, you can use the Assault Mode Marksman to kind of blast through Typhoons or arc lights or something like that. So on round 5 here, Cass takes the Elite Wasp card. And the card that's sticking out to me most is the subsidized Steel Ball. Because if I can get some Steel Balls here, we can try and take out these Tarantulas a little sooner. Cass takes high explosive ammo on the Tarantula. So now he has the ability to clear my Crawlers, finally, with the high explosive. So as long as these guys don't immediately get killed, he should be in a better position than he has been. But like I said, subsidized steel ball here is offered, and I would like some steel balls to try and clear this front tarantula problem a little sooner. And my plan is to go range on the steel balls. So now the tarantulas will clear the fangs, and then the steel balls should be locked on to his main units. And the crawlers have been doing so well that I decided to actually level all of them. So let's see how well the addition of steel balls do here. And let's also take a peek at how well the steel balls do against the marksmen. Like, they're really tanky, and this guy's got like 40,000 health, so I need to try and kill that guy, right? So the steel balls are perfect against that as well. As long as you have enough chaff, steel balls do actually work against marksmen, whereas usually marksmen with assault mode will kind of blow up axe of balls, but you need the chaff clear in order to achieve that. Something that scares me is the incendiary bomb, since I have so many crawlers, but also we have the shield airdrop up this turn, and we do have cast down to 642 health here, so I'm going to try and finish off the game if I can. And I'm fully expecting the incendiary bomb, so I'm going to need some shields. And I'm also just deciding which unit I want to try and go with here. Yeah. So I take the overlords. My plan is to sort of just finish the game off as best I can. All I need is for these overlords both to live, and the game will be ours. On this round, Cast takes the Elite Wasps, 2 packs of them, since I don't have a lot of upshoot, but now I do. A little bit questionable since I have the Farseer over here, but you decide to just do a quick mobile beacon. I'm trying to just finish the game off, so I want to take that tower, and hopefully my front line and Farseer will be able to take the rest out. And this is a move that I like to do when my opponents are just low. Try and do something totally unexpected, right? Just to sort of finish it off. I do throw down a bunch of shields to block the incendiary, and you can see that was probably a good idea. He has lots of these marksmen, and I haven't seen them do much this game. And actually, the Farseer is taking out the wasps on this side. And now we have the tower, and this is all she wrote. So I'm not sure if assault mode marksmen are really that good. I'm not sure of a position where you would really be running them, maybe besides, like I said, like the Mustang assault mode marksman opener, to just provide a little more HP for your low HP units or something. But in this game, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 marksmen with assault mode and range. And so forcing these Assmen here, I think it's pretty clear that they just don't cut it. It does feel like they're really easy to counter. Like I'm just countering mostly with just lots of chaff here. For most of the game, he didn't have the explosive ammo on the tarantula, so the crawlers just kept zooming in there and causing a ruckus. Now, I don't know if you guys have any success with assault mode marksman, but if you do, let me know in the comments, or maybe send me a replay or something. I'm really not sure how to make them work well, or at least in high MMR, I'm not sure how to make them work well. Again, we're both like 2,000 MMR in this game. Now let's take a look at a second game that I played against assault mode marksman. So in this game, my opponent is going to have a little bit of a different approach. They're not going to be quite so far up on the line. And our opponent is Diana, who is a high-ranked free-for-all player. In solo queue, I think they're like 1,800 in this game. So let's see how well the assault mode marksmen do in this one. Opponent is a supply specialist starting with tarantulas and has decided to go with 5 marksmen in the opening. I am a marksman specialist. I'm starting with steel balls and crawlers, one of my favorite opening packs. They do pretty well into the tarantulas, and honestly, they really don't do that bad against assault mode marksman. Like, it's a little counterintuitive, right? You kind of expect the assault mode marksman to be blowing up these multiple packs of balls, but as long as you have the chaff to support the balls, they do kill the high HP marksman. So, also, I'm pretty convinced, just pretty much from the get-go, actually, having faced Diana in free-for-all, they do run these crazy compositions where they go like assault mode marksman, or and they have the perfect text here on the bar for assault mode marksman, and even have the shooting squad so they can summon the fangs. And so I'm sort of deciding whether or not I want to go asim or spread out. Most of the time I do spread out, though. I feel it gives me better versatility with the steel ball. I'll just take a couple arc lights here in case of some chaff, even though they don't have any. So the round looks like they should probably win with all the high point damage, but since we're on the towers pretty quick, we'll actually be able to take down a lot of these units, all of them. That's round one. Win by a few points. And having seen my opponent's starting setup here, I'm pretty convinced they're going assault mode marksman. So on round two here, they take the assault fang as well, which is pretty good with their shooting squad. And I see the fortified hacker, so I decided to just get that. Since if I can get hackers here in the front with barriers, it's a lot of HP for these guys still, even to like shoot through. Even if they have the assault mode, it still will take them a second to get through. And also, fortified hackers have like 20k HP. And if we steal any of his marksmen, that's just total chaos for them to try and like shoot each other. So I do go with the fortified hacker. I'm leveling these balls to level 2 on the left. I also have my free level 3 marksman. So I'd like him to be shooting down these tarantulas. However, it is about the same to have him shoot the marksman. So just want to position him well so that we can get through these marksmen and tarantulas. Also decide to go with an arc light, since even though he doesn't have any chaff, it probably will have the fangs coming in the future. And also I run electromag shot on the arc lights, which are pretty good at shutting down the assault mode. Like I said, I feel like there's so many ways to counter the assault mode marksman that I'm not convinced that it's a good tech to run. Like, I run it on my bar, but I almost never click it. So again, anybody who has more luck with assault mode marksman, please let me know in the comments. There must be something I'm missing here. Or not, and they're just not that great. But since we have the chaff on this round to distract the marksman, these steel balls are still able to kill the marksman on both sides and also take the towers. So we'll also get this round, just like the last one, very similar, even though they have a lot more marksmen. I don't think forcing the assault mode marksman is a good play. It's very situational. Like, I feel like I kind of want maybe just like, this is the main play that they're going with here. They also take these 3 level 3 fangs. That's a really good card for them to get. And then they sell one. I actually didn't notice that during the game that they sold one, but I guess they needed some money to get more marksmen. I mean, this is a very different approach from cast. This is all marksmen here, pretty much. And some fangs. So now they have some chaff. Let's see how well they do with the addition of chaff. I pretty much expect my opponent to be taking these fangs since like he runs the shooting squad already. I decided to go with the level 3 Stormcaller since they're really strong. Like, each missile does 2400 damage, so that will pretty much one-shot these tarantulas, one-shot the marksmen, and I have them spread out like this where they're going to shoot in 2 different directions. Well, now he's added a front thing, but also grab some Mustangs to try and clear fangs sooner. So now we have the preemptive answer to any fang plays. And so it's steel balls, Mustangs, some arc lights, and some crawlers. And I do have these flanking crawlers up here as well. Also take attack enhancement to make the Mustangs do a little bit more damage. So let's see how well this goes. The Mustangs are able to take out the fangs here on the left. Good thing I added them. And look how effective these Stormcallers are. This one salvo, goodbye marksman. Level 3 Stormcallers was like the perfect thing. And we clear that. and now we're on the final marksman on this side, and the steel ball is still able to get them. So Mustangs were a good pickup. We were able to clear those fangs. And he also has the assault fang, so they're doing a little more damage and moving a little faster. Diana takes intensive training, and improved firepower control is sticking out to me since I already have Mustangs on the board. Might as well stick that on one of them. Goes with Mech Rage on the fangs, since it's already got the assault fang as well, so it's not a terrible play. Also takes shooting squad on the marksman. So now there's going to be lots of fangs and lots of marksmen. On this round, I decide to actually take that fortified hacker into the game, since now that I see the fangs, I'd like the fangs to sort of get caught shooting these bubble shields a little longer for my Mustangs to clear them, and then ultimately maybe the hackers can steal some marksmen, and I probably should be able to steal that marksman from the get-go right here on the line. Do take Electromag on the arc lights as well to try and shut down the assault mode marksmen, and once they turn into just normal marksmen again, the Mustangs will be able to kill them really fast. That's the idea here. Also just defend my flanks here with a couple missiles, because I'm not sure if I'm going to get flanked, and I haven't leveled my towers. So that marksman is just deleted there on the line by the Electromag. We are stealing Tarantulas, so now there's going to be some chaos on this board. Yeah, now the marksmen are stuck shooting his own guys. And the Mustangs are still getting through the crawlers, and we're still able to get up to the marksmen and steel ball them down. So still going quite well for us. Round 4 of game's almost over. Underground threat, we both take underground threat. Really good. Since I see they have so many fangs, I'd like to get the replicate crawlers going. Especially since they also have underground threat, and I want to be able to replicate off any additional crawlers or anything they add like that. Also, the staggered effect of the way that the underground threat comes out is really good against the assault mode marksman as well, since they kind of like shoot one crawler at a time. I take levels on the Mustangs here on the left and the right, both level 2. Pick up a couple extra packs of crawlers in case I get underground threaded in the back. And I do take that replicate, and I take some speed for the crawlers to try and get in there and replicate a little sooner. And I also take the lone, and I recruit another arc light with Electromag shot. I think I probably need it just to try and get through more of these marksmen. And I flank with it to try and knock this guy out sooner. Let's see how well the replicate does. Now, he does take these bubble shields. That's a good idea against the hackers, since hackers are really bad into bubble shields. You can see this guy's caught doing this forever. However, our replicate crawlers were successful and are able to get in behind and take the tower. And we're still hacking like all of his guys with these fortified hackers in the front. And it's just total chaos with the hackers here. We're stealing all these assault mode marksmen. And we're also shutting them down with the Electromag, which is making it easier to steal them with the hackers. And so we take round 5 as well. All right. Diana skips on this round. The heavy armor, I mean, lots of things stick out to me. The Electromag Blast is good because it hits all of these assault mode marksmen. But it's still so many marksmen that, like, it might even run out. So the heavy armor is just kind of solid for, like, a level 2 hacker or something. And so my whole plan here against this version of assault mode marksman is Electromag down the marksman, then steal the marksman with the fortified hacker. And also any of the marksmen that are electromagged will lose the assault mode, and then the Mustangs should be able to also clear them fairly quickly. All the while we have these replicating crawlers, hopefully able to replicate off of his fangs. He does have AP bullets and mech rage now though, so they do clear crawlers pretty effectively when they have those things. And I'm really just deciding how to finish the game off here. Take range on the arc lights. I do pick up a couple more arc lights as well. Spread them out on both sides. I want to be hitting as many of these marksmen as possible. And then I elite recruit another hacker for the center. It's got lots of bubble shields though, and the hackers are really terrible against that, like I said before. And the Mustangs also are really not that great against it, so this round looks a little better for my opponent. Hackers are tanking for a while though. They're tanking all these marksman shots for that long. We are hitting these marksmen now with the arc lights. Once the arc lights hit the marksmen, when they have the electromag, the marksmen actually get their range back and then they're able to kill the arc lights. So I need more chaff. I either need more chaff or more Mustangs. That's what I'm thinking after this round, since he is able to take this round. You can see they get their range back. It actually makes them better in this position here. Still pretty close, though. Only a couple marksmen alive. I take 200 damage there. Another little bit of a bug here. They take the Typhoons, the level 3 Typhoons. And none of these options really look that great to me, so I'm probably just going to take something for some money. And like I said last round, I think what was really the problem on the last one is I don't have enough chaff, and I don't have enough Mustangs. And so I do loan on this round because I would like to try and finish it off. Go with the Overlords. And the Overlords are not that great into this board, looking at it. So I decide to sell one of these because I just would like to get some techs and develop what I already have on the board a little bit more. This Mustang's at level 3 over here. It's with the improved firepower. So again, if we can get onto the marksman with the electromag, these Mustangs will just plow through these marksmen once they aren't assault mode. And like I said, I sold an Overlord. I stuck one over here to try and just delete this guy real quick. Take the range on the Mustangs, and I elite recruit 2 Mustangs and another pack of crawlers. So a little more chaff and a little more Mustangs. And we are able to take out that one marksman there. With the addition of the Mustangs, you can see that once they get electromagged, these marksmen are falling really, really quickly. The Mustangs were the play here. And so that's the game. A little bit of a different approach my opponent took from the first one. Not on the line, a lot more spread out, and spawning fangs for support. They went with the Typhoons on the last round with the barrier there, but the Electromag, Arc Lights, and Mustangs were still able to get their shields down and get onto the Mustangs at the end. So after playing this game, I'm not fully convinced that forcing Assault Mode Marksman the way that both of my opponents did in these games is ever good, especially not in high MMR, since there's so many different ways to counter them. The Fortified Hacker shields actually bought a lot of time for the rest of my units to get the work done on that game. And there's also always the option where I can go Fortress with Barrier. Fortress with Barrier is really good against Assault Mode Marksman. Like, if they have, I don't know, if they have like level 5 or 6 Assault Mode Marksman with Elite Marksman, sure, that's quite a formidable force, but I was able to keep pace with these marksmen, shut them down long enough to try and prevent them from getting levels, and all the while I was able to clear the addition of any fangs that they added with Mustangs. Yeah, after these 2 games and some other games that I've played over the past couple weeks, I don't see a place in the current meta for them. They seem really difficult to work in, and it feels like when you go Assault Mode Marksman, you have to like commit to it, right? And you kind of shoot yourself in the foot because they just get shut down by so many different things. Like I'm defeating them here with Arc Lights, Crawlers, and Mustangs. Basically, that's like all I have. I have a few fortified hackers just to act as walls, barriers. Even this really simple build here that I have is shutting down all these tanky marksmen. A little bit of electromag, a little bit of range on the Mustangs, and the replicate crawlers. So that's going to do it for today's video. Thanks very much for watching. And again, if you have any more success with Assault Mode Marksman and you're sort of high MMR, let me know about it, and maybe I'll change my mind. Until next time, thanks very much for watching. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.